Everybody. Welcome. We are so happy that you are here to join us on Shabbat and to celebrate this beautiful day that God has given to us as a gift to let go of everything and to let go of the to-do lists, excuse me, the concerns of the day, anything like that. And therefore, it's also a gift to disconnect. So I am going to invite you, if you have your cell phones, second row, in the blue dress, go ahead and turn it off. Turn off the cell phone, put it away. Cameras, put them away. We have our professionals in the back that will capture the moments. Really, this is our opportunity to connect with one another, to connect with ourselves, to connect with God, and most importantly of all, to also connect with our bar mitzvah student, with Zachary, Mazel Tov. Yeah, he's good. So, so today, this is about Shabbat worship. So in a little bit, I'm going to explain what that all means so that we can all be comfortable in participating. How many of you have never been to Shabbat services before? This is new. Fantastic. Oh, nice, Jack. Yeah, you're good. All right. So I promise you in a few moments after we kind of warm up our voices, I'm going to walk you through so you know how you can participate and what in the world is going on. So we'll explain all of that for you all in a few moments. And finally, those of you who are streaming into our Shabbat morning services, we want to welcome you from wherever you are. So Shabbat Shalom to you. We are glad you are joining us today and hope that you will make yourself at home wherever it is that you are. So Cantor, let's warm up our voices, please.
We joined in this melody, which is called a nigun. This is a melody that has no specific words, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice. So please join in as we sing with a smile. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la. La 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 la, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la
It's real easy. So today, with our Shabbat worship, we're going to join together in this. This is not a performance. So, for example, throughout the service today, we're not going to be applauding. We're not judging a performance here by Zachary. There's no grades, which is a good thing. But really, we're here to participate in worship, and so in order to do that, it's kind of helpful to know how we're going to do that. So first of all, we're going to use our prayer books, which are directly, those of you in the front row, they're underneath your seats. Everybody else, they're right in front of you. Perfect. So go ahead and grab one of those. All right, so Zachary's friends. Hey, guys. Well, what do you notice about the books, first of all? What's different with them? They're backwards, exactly. Sort of, not really. So the main language in Jewish worship is Hebrew. And Hebrew is read from right to left instead of left to right. So therefore, the prayer book opens up a different way. All right, so that's why the prayer book is opening in a different direction. Now, if you open up to any page, go somewhere right in the middle where you can find some Hebrew. Awesome, there you go. So what you're going to see is there's two different columns. We have the column that is on the right-hand side where the Hebrew is, and then the column on the left-hand side is what's called transliteration. Transliteration helps us to be able to pronounce the words, especially for those who might not know how to read Hebrew or who are learning how to read Hebrew. It's a great way to help sound out the words there. So feel free when we're doing some of the Hebrew, if you want to try to sound it out, absolutely. The translation of what's being said is directly below the Hebrew, and there's alternative readings that are with the same theme that are on the page, on the opposite page from where the Hebrew is. Now, you'll also notice with the prayer books that there are two different sets of page numbers in the bottom. So there's page numbers in the black and page numbers in the blue. Zachary, if I can borrow your prayer book, my friend, thank you. Zachary has the full version of Mishkan Tefillah, which is the prayer book of the Reform movement that we use here at Temple Beth Sholom. He has the full version, which includes services not only for this morning, for Shabbat morning and Shabbat evening, but also for the weekdays and festivals and times like that. So, you know, it's a very thick book. And also what's different in his prayer book is with his Hebrew, he does not have any of the transliteration. So when he's reading Hebrew, he is going straight to the Hebrew. I think we just impressed them, Zachary. Good job. All right, so, but with the page numbers, you'll notice those two sets of page numbers at the bottom of your prayer books, the black and the blue. When we call out page numbers this morning, we're going to be calling out page numbers in the blue. That corresponds to his book. So that way we keep Zachary on the right page as well, along with us. So we also pray with our bodies. Here you go, my friend. There will be times that we'll invite you to stand. It's a way of our showing respect before God. And you'll notice that we'll be bowing in humble reverence before God as well during certain parts of our prayers. And then we also pray with what we wear. So we have the Kippah, the yarmulke. I love it. We got blue and orange. If only my Broncos were doing that well. Oh well, it's okay. So, Josh, we really should have done that bet, you know. But the kippah is that representation of God's presence all around us, reminding us of God's presence before us. But then there's the talit, the prayer shawl. We are commanded to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. They are called tzitzit. And the tzitzit is made up of 8 strands and 5 major knots, and then there's different traditions as to how the twists are done in between each knot. When we look at these fringes on the corners of our garment, we are taught that we are to remember and we're to learn and we're to study about the 613 commandments that are in the Torah. 613. It's a lot more than just 10. So we're supposed to study them. We're supposed to learn about them, wrestle with them. It's a lifelong journey. Zachary becoming bar mitzvah today is one step in that journey. This is not graduation. All right? He doesn't conclude today and walk out and say, woohoo, I'm all done. I know everything. Neither do I. It's all good. So we're always learning, all of us. It is lifelong learning. That's the beauty of it. And that's the reminder of the tzitzit on the corners of our talitot. So when a young man and a young woman become bar and bat mitzvah, they are accepting that responsibility to learn, that responsibility to challenge, that responsibility to wrestle with, and always be studying throughout their entire lifetimes about Torah and Jewish texts. I mean, we have 3,000 years worth of Jewish text. So to spend our lifetimes doing that and enhancing and growing with ourselves. So today, Toby and Stuart, you have the honor and the blessing to present Zachary with his talit. So Zachary, will you come on down here, please? I'm going to grab a microphone for your grandparents. And so they can present you with your first talit. You want to stand up? You're good? Okay. I don't know. There you go.
That helps.
It does. So hold up the microphone a little bit.
I didn't want to give you mine, but here, Zach, this tally represents you're becoming a man of the temple. Keep it always, honor it, cherish it. Be like mine. Mine is from my bar mitzvah. So I hope you have it when your grandson gets bar mitzvah. All the luck in the world with it.
We're so proud of you.
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzi.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, eternal soul of the universe, who makes us holy through the mitzvot and commands us in wearing the fringes on the corners of our garment. Mazel tov. There you go. Yay, you did. So let us give thanks to this beautiful day and all of its blessings that we find within as we turn to page 186, Modeh Moda Ani. Moda Ani lefanecha, melechai v'kayam, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך. מודה אני לפניך, מלך וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה, בחמלה רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך. I'd like to invite up Zachary's class, our 7th grade class in Temple Beth Sholom. Jules, can you wheel it on down here, you think? Awesome. Keep the brakes on. It's going downhill. All right, come on up, guys. Bring your prayer books as well. Okay? Excellent, because we're going to now participate. Yeah, you're going to come up the ramp, Jules. Perfect. Awesome. Refuah shlema with a horrible ankle sprain, my friend. So yeah, no, you guys can come up the ramp too. It's okay. Come on up. So we're going to do our Nisim B'chol Yom, our blessings for the morning. Zachary, come join your classmates as well. Turn to page 198, my friends. There you go. Come on closer this way. There you go. 198. Okay. And our students are going to lead us in these morning blessings where we're going to start with Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and then we continue with the English. So when you feel comfortable, please, by all means, feel free to join along with them. You guys ready? Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Yasher koach, guys. Thank you very, very much. You may return over to your seats. Zachary, why don't you come here and join with me? You got it, kiddo? You're good? Okay, there you go. Perfect. As we continue now with our Chatzi Kaddish, we turn in our prayer books now to page 224.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וחיי כל בית ישראל בגאלה ובזמן קריב במהרו.
Amen. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויבהר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה וימרו.
Amen. We rise now as we turn to page 226 for Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Yai da
La 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 la.
Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshe oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Ha'ma'ir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha b'rachamim uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid. Ma'aseh v'reshit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chochma asita. Mal'ah ha'aretz kininecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu. Al shevach me'aseh yedecha ve'al me'orei or she'asita yifarucha selah.
Or Chadash at Zion Tahir, Or Chadash at Zion Tahir, Or Chadash at Zion Tahir, Or Chadash at Zion Tahir. V'niske kulanu b'mheram le'oro. V'niske kulanu b'mheram le'oro. Or Chadash at Zion Tahir, Or Chadash at Zion Tahir.
Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hama'orot. Please join me on page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and light blinded we saw. The inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
'Cause Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We continue chanting together the Ve'ahavta on page 234. Ve'avta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadivarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim li'ot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. We continue on page 240, singing Mi Chamocha.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedam kodesh Torah tehilot Oseh Pele Torah tehilot Oseh Pele Shira chadasha shibetu gevulim L'shimcha asifat hayam Yachad kulam Ohudu ve'himlichu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Su Yisrael kuma be'ezrat Yisrael Ufedehin umecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael Go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga Yisrael.
Amen. Page 242.
Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotzeinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh HaKol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, U'mevii geula livnei v'nehem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham ve'Zrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol ata rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech nofelim ve'rofeh cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha bar gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'nehemad ata lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kishem shemakdishim ohuto b'shmei marum, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, V'kahara ze'el ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch kol haaretz, Kevodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Mahadir Shimcha bechol haaretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai, Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu vehu Yashmienu, berachamav lehenei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai leolam,
Elohai
Zion, ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid golecha, ulenetzach netzachim krisharcha nagdish, veshivchacha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
To all generations, we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity, proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please join us at the bottom of page 250 as we join together in Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat b'dorotam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat b'dorotam b'ridolam. שת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ולעולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ולעולם.
Please join me on page 252. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue on page 254. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael, U'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel, U'tehi l'ratzon tamid, Avodat Yisrael amecha, El karov l'chol korav, Pnei El avadecha v'chonenu, Shvoch ruchacha aleinu, V'techezena einenu, B'shuvcha l'tzion brachamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamachazir Shechinato Letzion. Please join me on page 257. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim anachnu lach.
For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears but by our hopes, not by our words but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai. Atov Shimcha Ucha Na'er Lehodot.
As we turn to page 258, we invite you to join along with us. Sim Shalom. Sim Shalom, Tova Uracha, Teva Chesed V'Rachamim Aleinu, Ve'aka Yisrael. Yisrael Amecha Parcheinu Yosreinu Kulanu Kecha Be'or Panecha Ki be'or Panecha Natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom
ישראל בשלום.
We continue in silent meditation.
Oh, say shalom bimromav. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom bimromam. Oh, say shalom bimromam. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
So it is with this time in our service, so we turn to the reading of Torah. Now, Torah comes from the first 5 books of the Bible. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And in a little while, we are going to take out our Torah scrolls, and we're going to march through the congregation with a Torah scroll, which is a reminder to us that Torah belongs to each and every one of us. We don't worship Torah. So, but you might notice that some people who are wearing a talit, they might take the talit, they might reach out and touch the Torah and kiss it, or their prayer books. It's a way of showing honor and respect to the Torah. But it's this reminder, which is so important, that when we march through the congregation with our Torah scroll, to say it belongs to each and every one of us. And it is all of our responsibility to study it, to learn from it, to grow with it, to wrestle with it, to be challenged by it. As I said earlier, we have over 3,000 years worth of text. There's a lot of material out there to be studying. And so when we talk about Torah, well, yes, in this case, we're going to be talking about what we're reading from this scroll. We also use that word Torah to say, what are we learning? What is it that, how are we applying that 3,000 years of text to today? Sometimes we think ancient text has no relevance in our lives, but it does, absolutely does. It's how we look at it, it's how we say, what's the meaning of this for us today? How do we grow? How do we find the challenges that are within it? How do we make it relevant? That's what makes Torah what's called an Eitz Chaim, a tree of life. It has roots that are very, very deep, but it also grows and it changes over time in the sense that how we interpret it and how we find its meaning relevant in our world. Today, we're reading from the book of Genesis, and we're reading from a Torah portion called Vayera. And during this Torah portion, we're going to be challenged with a lot of different issues. But what's exciting about our study of Torah today is that it is led by our bar mitzvah, by Zachary. Zachary, you have been studying this Torah portion of Vayera, which is very complex, which has a lot of amazing stories in it, a lot of incredible things for us to be learning. And while I wish you would be able to teach us the entire Torah portion, we would be here until next Shabbat. So I'm excited that you have where you have chosen to teach us today, and I'll leave that for later on. But Zachary, thank you for not only being a student of Torah, but for being our teacher today. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it feels good. There you go. All right. So with that, let us begin this wonderful journey as we turn in our prayer books, page 362.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
During our Torah service, we will have the honor of inviting forward different family members to participate. And at this time, it is my honor to have standing right here in front of our bima, along with our bar mitzvah, Zachary, passing Torah through the generations, Toby and Stuart, along with Molly and Dave. If the five of you will just stand right over here in front. And then also to have a seat in the front row right here, who will be holding our Torah cover and our Torah binder, Braden Werschmidt and Ethan and Naomi Weber. The three of you, if you want to have a seat right there in the front row. I think over there. There you go. You got it. Oh my gosh, so cute. Yes, perfect. And now to come forward for opening our ark doors, Patrice Werschmidt and Sarah Silberfarb to come on forward as we now rise and we continue in the middle of page 362. Please rise.
אב הרחמים, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך רם ונישא, אדון עולמים.
Page 364, כי מציון.
כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני בירושלים.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai Iti, Uneromema Shemo Yachdav.
Torah has always been a gift that is shared between generations, lador vador, from generation to generation. This Torah scroll especially is a gift. This Torah scroll is over 275 years old, and in fact, some of pieces of parchment in here are over 300 years old. This Torah scroll, like hundreds of others from Czechoslovakia, was rescued after the Holocaust. And rather than putting these Torah scrolls, many which are damaged, putting it into Geniza, where we never see them again, where they are buried, rather we keep them in our ark as a very important reminder. A reminder that, yes, throughout our history, there have been those who have tried to destroy the Jewish people. Yet we have always persevered. We are a strong and resolute people. That is the reminder of this Torah scroll. And this Torah scroll is here with us today as a witness to, yes, the horrors of yesterday, but the blessings, most importantly, of today. You are those teachers, each of you, in your own way. You have studied from this Torah scroll and others like it. You have embraced its gifts and its history. So today, we place it in your arms, as has been given from generation to generation, as is now given to this generation. Molly, holding it, embracing it, and Dave, you're giving this wonderful gift, both of you, to your son. Zachary, this is yours. It belongs to you as it belongs to all of us. May its weight always keep you grounded and rooted in who you are, but also may it lift you up and inspire you today and always as we walk in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagidula, v'hagivura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai הממלכם והמית נעשה לכל ראש. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. השלושה דברים, השלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות chassadim.
So at this time, there we go. At this time, I want to invite you, if anybody would like to come up and see the Torah up close and personal, you are welcome to come on up. So any of Zachary's friends, come up. Don't be shy. I don't bite often. Maybe a little, Come on. Yes, come here, Brendan. Absolutely. Here you go, kiddo. Right here. Awesome. Come on up. And those of you who are not coming up, you are welcome to have a seat. So this way we can introduce you all to the Torah. All right. Cool. Okay. Yaha. Yay. All right. Come closer. It's okay. There you go. Here, Jack, let's let his friends in as well who have come on in. There we go. Yeah, you can stand in front too as well. Hi. Welcome. All right. So, first of all, it's a scroll. And so the Torah has been written the exact same way always. Because it's a scroll, it needs, excuse me, it needs to be bound together. Because if we don't tie it together, it's really unwieldy. Yeah, there you go. It's okay. You're good. And so all of our B'nai Mitzvah students, we go on a retreat. And in fact, we went last week. And they make their own Torah binders. And so this is Zachary's handiwork of his Torah binder that he created last week. There we go. What?
This isn't 8 my fault.
When did you add that one? That's awesome. It ain't my fault. There you go. Is that what you keep telling Mom and Dad? There you go. Mom, Dad, you believing it? Uh-huh. All right, Brendan, here you go. You're going to hold that because you're my other holder. Perfect. Thank you. All right, so let me show you guys the Torah. We're going to go all the way over here. Sam, will you go ahead and hold that side? Awesome. Perfect. And we're going to set that right there. That should, there we go. Let's go, I'm going to undo a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so a Torah scroll is made out of parchment. Parchment comes from a kosher animal. Kosher animal has, do you remember, Dave? Kosher animal.
What makes it kosher?
Yeah, yeah.
It chews its cud and it has split hooves.
Yes, awesome. Okay.
I didn't even know that test.
Yeah, you didn't know that test was coming, huh? Woo. All right, so the types of animals that are kosher are cows, lamb, sheep, okay, those kind of animals. Pig is not kosher because, yes, it may have split hooves, but it doesn't chew its cud. So that's why Jews don't eat pork, because that's not a kosher animal. Now, the parchment here, so it comes from a kosher animal, and you can see the different coloration on the back here. That's, because parchment comes from the skin of that animal. So that's probably some of the coloring of the animal. Now, the Torah is also written with a quill, with a feather, and it's still written the exact same way today as it's been written down for thousands of years. So it is handwritten. You cannot write a kosher Torah scroll putting it through a printer. All right? So it is handwritten by a scribe who literally copies letter for letter, word for word, sentence for sentence into the Torah scroll here using special ink. Now the ink is a permanent ink because we want it to last. The Torah scroll that we marched around with, the Czech scroll, like I said earlier, it's over 275 years old. We can still read from it, and actually we're really excited because in a couple months we're going to be starting a process where we are restoring that Torah scroll. So that's going to be very, very cool for us to be doing. But when the scribe sits down, he handwrites it or she handwrites the Torah scroll, and that ink is also made from all natural ingredients. So it might be berries, different tree saps, things like that are boiled and cooled over time. It takes a year to make the ink, so that way it lasts. The last ingredient that is in this ink that gives it its shine is? Honey. Yeah, there you go, honey. All right, so honey, it's also this great reminder that Torah learning should be as sweet as honey on our lips. Don't eat the Torah scroll, though, okay? So far, so good. All right. So when the scribe sits down to write the Torah scroll, like I said, he has to write it exactly as it's always been written. Can't change anything, which means there's something that's missing in this Torah scroll that you see in your prayer books. The vowels. There are no vowels in here. The vowels are the little dots and dashes that you would see in the Hebrew. That's below the letters, or in the middle of the letters, or above the letters. Those are the vowels. Now, originally, we didn't need vowels. In fact, if I gave you all something in English without any vowels, you'd be able to read it because you know the language. But there came a time in our history where when we dispersed and started living in all these different countries and speaking different languages, we lost our Hebrew. And so the rabbis needed to create a vowel system to make sure that we pronounce the words correctly. If we change a vowel in a word, it can change the meaning. El to al don't, or on. So it can all change that meaning. But there's a commandment that says we're not allowed to change anything in the Torah. So I can't add the vowels, much to the chagrin of the students or the parents of the bar mitzvah. So we have to be able to first study it from a text that is pointed, that has the vowels, and then we eventually move our way over to this Torah scroll. So when Zachary will be reading Torah in a little while, along with others, they're reading without vowels, okay, and without punctuation. Finally, when a scribe is writing the Torah scroll, we're all human. A scribe might make a mistake, right? So that scribe has to carefully try to scrape off to get rid of that mistake and be able to rewrite it. If they can't do that, do you know what they have to do, Braden? Start all over again. Luckily, not, I know. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Can we keep him? Yeah, okay. But it's not the entire Torah scroll. It's only that section. That's only that piece of parchment, which, if you notice, so the pieces of parchment, they're actually sewn together. So there's about 3 or 4 or 5 columns, depending on the size of the parchment, per sheet of parchment. So if they make a mistake at the very end and they can't fix it, then they have to start that piece all over again. The pieces are then sewn together with sinew, which also comes from the animal, and hence put together the entire scroll there. You want to see one more thing, Braden, which is really cool? Okay. If you guys look really closely, and you're welcome to come closer here. If you look really, really closely, you can see how there's lines etched into the parchment there, guys. Okay? So the lines are both vertical and horizontal to allow the writing to be straight. Because I don't know about you, Jacob, but if I try to write something without lines, it goes all different directions.
My writing's not even straight with the lines.
Well, okay, yeah, see, there you go. Computers, yes. So they etch these into here so they can write them straight. But then when they write the letters with the lines, so, Braden, are the letters hanging from the lines, or are they sitting on the lines? Well, this would be sitting down here, but up here, what are they, guys? It's hanging, yeah. The tops of the letters are hanging from the bottom of the line there. So they're hanging there. The rabbis went ahead and said, okay, why is that? Why do we have the letters hanging from that line? So what do? They create a story. And that story says that line represents the division between heaven and earth, between us and God. We are those letters. We're holding on to that line. We are trying to always reach up toward holiness and toward God. So that's why the letters hang from the line. There you go. Any questions? Yes. Yes, there is. Right out the door, right over there, straight out and to your left. It's a good question. Absolutely. Yes. What do you got, Brendan? Huh?
What happens if the letters get mixed up and that one was there and that one was there?
Oh, what would happen if the letters got mixed up? Oh my gosh. Well, we'd have to fix it. But you know what? You did something too. You reminded me of something as well. Do you know what we don't want to do that often? We don't want to touch the Torah scroll where the letters are. Do you know why? Well, because that natural ink right there, if I touch it with my fingers a lot, eventually it would rub off, and that wouldn't be a good idea, would it? No, exactly. So you know what I use? I use this handy dandy thing. What does that look like? Looks like a hand. It looks like a finger. So I can hold on to that, and I can go like this, and I can follow along with that without using my hand, so that way I don't break down the ink, and it will last for hundreds of years. And Zachary has his own very special yad that he's showing his friends there. Awesome. Any other questions? Anybody from over there? No, don't do that. All right. Thank you, guys. You may return to your seats. Thank you very much. Okay, but you take that with you. Perfect. Yeah, you hold on to that, okay? You are in charge of that until I let you know. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. You can go have a seat. You're going to keep your yad with you? If you want to, just make sure you bring it back. All right. Wow. Brayden, that was awesome. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, have a seat right there in the front with Ethan and Naomi. Perfect. That way I can keep my eye on you. All right, so move this back over here for when you're ready. Rah.
For our first aliyah, chanting the blessing, Karen Mack, Karen Elisheva Root, Bat Avraham V'Sarah, and Ron Mack, Yisrael Yehuda, Ben Gershom Leib V'Nechama. Reading from the Torah, Sarah Mack, Sarah Razel, Bat Yisrael Yehuda, Karen Elisheva Root, and reading the English translation will be Ron. Ya'amdu l'aliyah harishona.
Awesome. So reading Torah. So Sarah, you got your yad? There you go. If you could, well, go ahead and take your tzitzit, guys, and touch it to the first word. Vayahi. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. And here's the blessing.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayehi achar hadivarim ha'elef v'ha'elohim nisa et Avraham vayomer elav Avraham vayomer hineni vayomer chachnach et bincha et yehidecha asher ahavta et Yitzchak velech lecha El Eretz Hamoria, Ve'ha'alehu Sham Le'olah, Al Achad Heharim, Asher Omar Elecha, Vayashpim Avraham Baboker, Vayachavosh Et Chamoro, Vayikach Et Shnei Ne'arav Ito, Ve'et Yitzchak Beno, Vayabecha atzei olah, vayakom vayelech el hamakom asher amar lo ha'elohim. Bayom hashelishi vayitzach Avraham et einav vayar et hamakom meirachoch. Vayomer Avraham el ne'arav shebulachem po Im hechamor, va'ani v'hana'ar, nilchan ad po, v'nishtachaveh v'nashuva elechem.
Yasher koach.
It came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham. And he answered, Here I am. And he said, Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will point out to you. So Abraham rose up early the next morning, and saddled his donkey, and took 2 of his servants with him, and Isaac his son. He split wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went to the place of which God had told him. On the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw the place far away. And Abraham said to his servants, "Stay here with the donkey, while the boy and I go up there and worship, and then return to you."
Take your seat one more time.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam nota b'torachenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
For our second aliyah, chanting the blessing, Michael Silberfarb, Motra Laser, Ben Shmuel Vitova Rivka, Ross Silberfarb, Raphael Eliyahu, Ben Shmuel Vitova Rivka, and David Silberfarb, David Avron, Ben Shmuel Vitova Rivka. Reading the English translation will be Molly Silberfarb.
Dave, go ahead and take your seat. Right here, first word by Avohu. Okay, there we are. All right. Watermelon. Let's try Baruch Hu first.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Amen. ויבואו אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים, ויבן שם אברהם את המזבח, ויערוך את העצים, ויעקוד את יצחק בנו, וישם איתו על המזבח ממעל לעצים. וישלח אברהם את ידיו, ויקח את המאכלת לשחוט את בנו. ויקרא אליו מלאך אדוני מן השמיים, ויאמר, אברהם, אברהם. ויאמר, הנני. ויאמר, אל תשלח ידך אל הנער, ואל תעש לו מאומה, כי אתה ידעתי, כי ירא אלוהים אתה, ולא השחת את בנך, את יחידך ממני. ויישא אברהם את עיניו וירא, והנה איל אחד נאחז בסבך בקרניו. וילך אברהם ויקח את האיל ויעלהו לעולה תחת בנו. ויקרא אברהם שם המקום ההוא, אדוני יראה אשר יאמר, היום בהר אדוני יראה. Yeah. Thank you.
When they came to the place which God has told him, Abraham built an altar and laid the wood. Then he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. But an angel of Adonai called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he replied, Here I am. And he said, Lay not your hand upon that lad, nor do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, seeing that you did not withhold your son, your only son, from me. Then Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked and saw behind him a ram caught in a thicket by its horns. So Abraham took the ram and offered it up as a burnt offering in place of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Adonai Yireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of Adonai it shall be seen.
All right, Dave, go ahead and take your seats.
atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata botochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
For our third aliyah, chanting the blessing, Barry Silberfarb, Beryl Ben Herschel Vishendel, and Carol Silberfarb, Razel Chaya Bat Yehuda Vibela. Reading the English translation, Jacob Silberfarb, Yaakov Chaim Ben David Avrun. Ya'amdu l'aliyah hashlishit.
Et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol ha'amin, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayikra Malach Adonai el Avram Shenit min hashamayim Vayomer bi nishbati neum Adonai ki ya'an asher asita et hadavar hazeh velo chasakta et bincha et yechidecha Ki varecha varechecha, v'harba arbe et zaracha, ki chochevei hashamayim, v'chachol asher al sifat hayam, v'yirash zaracha et sha'ar oyevav, v'hitbarechu v'zaracha kol goyei haaretz, Eikev asher shamata b'koli, vayashov Avraham el ne'arav, vayakumu, vayelchu yachdav el be'er shava, vayeshev Avraham b'be'er shava.
And the angel of Adonai called to Abraham from heaven the second time, and said, By myself I swear, declares Adonai, because you have done this thing and have not withheld your son, your favored son. I will bless you and make your descendants numerous as the stars of heaven and the sands on the sea shore. Your descendants shall seize the gates of their enemies, and through your descendants shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because you have obeyed my command. So Abraham returned to his servants, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba. And Abraham stayed in Beersheba.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tzokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you.
Molly and David, when after you're done hugging and stuff, come on back up here. There you go. That's good. Give hugs. There you are. Perfect. Come on up here, the two of you. Because you want to see this next part. Because now we get to call forward your son as bar mitzvah to read from Torah. Don't worry. Come closer. Little closer. There you go.
Ya'amod habachur habar mitzvah Zachary ben David Avron aliyah haTorah.
There you go.
Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai notin ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayihi acharei hadivarim ha'ele, vayugad la'Avraham lemor, hine yalda milka gam hi banim lenahor ahicha, et utz behoro ve'et buz ahiv, ve'et Kemuel avi Aram, ve'et Hesed ve'et Hazo, ve'et Pildash ve'et Yidlav, ve'et Betuel. Uvtuel yalad et Rivka, Shmona ele yalda Milka, lenahor ahi Avraham. Ufilag sho ushma re'uma, vateled gamhi et tevach ve'et gaham, ve'et tahash ve'et ma'aha.
Yashikoah.
That's English right over there.
Sometime later, Abraham was told, Milcah too has borne children to your brother Nahor. Uz, the firstborn, and Buz, his brother, and Kemuel, the father of Aram, and Chesed, Hazo, Pildash, Yidlaf, and Betuel. Betuel being the father of Rebekah, these 8 Milcah bore to Nahor, Abraham's brother, and his concubine, whose name was Reumah, also bore children, Tebah, Gaham, Tahash, and Ma'akah. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'heyeh olam notach b'tohenu. Baruch Ata Adonai notin ha'Torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Mazel tov. There you go. Show some love to the parents. There you are. Beautiful. Dave, I'm going to keep you up here. So Zachary and Molly, I'll let the two of you return over toward your seats. Yeah, definitely. But I'm going to give you a moment because we're going to go ahead and do a blessing of Mishaberach for those who are in need of healing. We think about our family. We think about our friends who are in need of healing at this time during our Torah service. So we offer them this blessing. So I invite you to just kind of be thinking as I recite this blessing of those who you would like to share healing with at this moment. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Hu yavarech et hacholim hanizkarim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, Leah, bless and heal all of those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. As we turn in our prayer books right now to page 372. So, actually, sorry, page 370. I apologize, one page over. And it is my honor to call forward Wayne Derman to come and to join us here on the Bima. Exactly. And then Braden and Ethan and Naomi, the three of you will also come up. Naomi, I'm going to give you the yad here because you guys are going to help us dress the Torah. So you're going to go over to the second seat right there. Hey, Braden, we're going to need this here in just a second. You stand right here. Perfect. And now for Hagbah is going to be Dave Silberfarb. He's going to lift the Torah, and I invite everyone to please rise as we give honor to the Torah.
You can bring it back halfway.
Halfway down over here, this way, and then use the leverage push.
וזאת התורה ששם משה לפני בני ישראל, על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה לה יאללה לה לה יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה לה Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Please be seated.
The Haftarah for Parshat Ve'era is 2 Kings chapter 4 verses 1 through 7. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar binvim tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah uv Moshe avdo uv Yisrael amo uvinviei ha'emet v'tzedek. Ve'isha achat min shei v'nei hanevi'im tza'aka El Elisha lemor avdecha ishi meit ve'ata yadata ki avdecha haya yarei e Adonai ve'chanoshe ba lakachat et shnei yaladai lo la'avadim. A certain woman, the wife of one of the disciples of the prophets, cried out to Elisha, Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know how your servant revered Adonai. And now a creditor is coming to seize my 2 children as slaves. Elisha said to her, What can I do for you? Tell me, what have you in the house? She replied, Your maidservant has nothing at all in the house except a jug of oil. Go, he said, and borrow vessels outside from all your neighbors, empty vessels, as many as you can. Then go in and shut the door behind you and your children, and pour oil into all those vessels, removing each one as it is filled. She went away and shut the door behind her and her children. They kept bringing vessels to her, and she kept pouring. When the vessels were full, she said to her son, Bring me another vessel. He answered to her, There are no more vessels. And the oil stopped. She came and told the man of God, and he said, Go sell the oil and pay your debt, and you and your children can live on the rest. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam tzur kol ha'olamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'osei hamdeber umkayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha likavod ultifaret Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umbarchim otach, yitbarach shimcha, befi kol hai tamid le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh ha-Shabbat.
Amen. Yasher koach, Zachary. That was wonderful, and that's one of my favorite stories from Haftarah, of being able to find help to fill those vessels and constantly seeing that oil flow until there was no more left, and then the goodness that family then does later on. So thank you for that beautiful, beautiful reading. As we continue in our prayer books, page 374, we are going to return the Torah to the ark. So if you will help us, Zachary, with opening the ark doors, and if you'll go ahead and hand me the Torah scroll right here and come join us at the ark, and we invite everyone to please rise.
Hodu al eretz v'shamayim vayarem keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. Etz chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu Kikedem.
Let's take the prayer book. Just kind of set it right there.
Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a country far, far away, there were two very wicked cities called Sodom and Gomorrah. They were so wicked that they passed laws outlawing kindness and requiring abuse of strangers. This week's Torah portion, Vayera, includes the story of these two towns and raises the question, should good people be punished for the evil deeds of others? God decides that the people of both towns are so evil that he must destroy the entire area. God tells Abraham of his plans, and Abraham is bothered by the potential loss of innocent lives and tries to negotiate with God to spare the towns for the sake of the good people. Abraham asks God if he would spare the towns if 50 good people can be found there. God agrees. Abraham then asks God if he would spare the town if just 40 good people can be found there. God again agrees. Abraham continues his negotiations and convinced God to lower the number to 35, then to 30, and did this all the way down to 10. God finally agrees that if 10 good people can be found among the wicked, he will spare the towns. One evening, two angels arrived in Sodom. Lot violated local laws and showed them kindness and invited them to stay at his house. The wicked people of Sodom hear of the strangers in the town and go to Lot's house to demand that he give the visitors to them so they can torture and kill them. Lot refuses and tries to negotiate with them, even offering the crowd his daughters in exchange for the angels. This just makes the crowd angrier, and they threaten to break down Lot's door and grab the strangers when suddenly a bright light struck the crowd and drove them away. The angels told Lot to gather his family and flee before the entire area was destroyed. Lot attempts to warn his extended family, but they refuse to believe the prediction and choose to stay in the city. So Lot, his wife, and their two daughters flee the town. They were given a warning to never look back on the town. As they are running to the next town, Lot's wife can't help herself and looks back upon the destruction, and she is instantly turned into a pillar of salt. Unfortunately, the actions of others affect everyone around them. Just as innocents were destroyed in Sodom and Gomorrah, so too do we see innocents hurt because of the actions of those who only seek to hurt others. We've all heard of the Las Vegas shooting and how many good people were injured or killed by the act of one evil man. This tragedy seems to me to be nothing more than a senseless act of violence by one evil individual. I have heard some say that because of the kind of music or the location, or because of who the concertgoers were, that this event was deserved. I find this to be ridiculous, but I have observed some incredible acts of kindness and bravery by those who were there that evening. The first responders and concertgoers showed kindness and courage to those injured and respected those who died from injuries. While I'm troubled by how mean some people can be, I am comforted knowing that there are many people who are kind and want to care for others. Right here in Orange County, there is a wonderful organization that helps care for abused and neglected children. These children are innocent and unfortunately the victims of those who do not care for them as a child should be. I decided I wanted to work with Olive Crest. Olive Crest was founded in 1973 and serves 5,000 children and families throughout California, Nevada, and the Pacific Northwest. I know how important it is to be part of a loving and caring family, as I was adopted. I feel that every kid should be as lucky as I am and find a loving and caring family. I chose to help Olive Crest by tie-dyeing t-shirts and selling them to raise money to donate so the kids at Olive Crest could do some fun and awesome activities. I also thought that some of the kids might like to have a tie-dyed shirt, so I made a bunch of extras and then gave them to the Olive Crest. I would like to take the time to thank those who have shown me kindness in helping me reach this moment. A big thank you goes out to Aiden and my mom. You both were great in helping me make the shirts and get started on my goal of raising $1,000 for Olive Crest. Next, I would like to thank all my friends and family for showing up to support me on this day. Some of you traveled from the far corners of the country to be here today. I would also like to give a big shout out to my Aunt Charlene and Uncle Glenn, who are up in the middle of the night watching us on the internet. Hi, Aunt Charlene. Hi, Uncle Glenn. Love you guys. I have been lucky that I have had so many excellent guides along my religious journey to this day. The teachers at TBS are really the best in the world and have been kind and patient with me for so many years. Cantor. We have had so many fun and interesting classes together, and you have guided me through my chanting and Torah reading. Rabbi. We had such interesting conversations, and you always challenged me to think about things a little bit deeper. Mora Robin. Thank you for all the Hebrew lessons and extra help you have given me throughout the years. You always know how to keep me in line. Grandma, Grandpa, you're the best grandparents I could ever ask for. Grandma, you're the best grandma I could ever ask for. You always help me with my homework, and you make the best matzo balls ever. Grandpa, I always loved to come over for dinner when you were grilling some steaks. Yum. Next, I would like to thank my brother, Jacob, who has always been there for me. He is there when I need someone to criticize me, tell me I'm doing something wrong, or even if I just need someone to blame me for some problem. Jacob is always there for me. Also, if I'm bored and need someone to pester, bother, or annoy, Jacob is always there for me. But seriously, he is the best big brother I have. Oh wait, he is the best big brother anyone could ask for. Wow, here it is, the last paragraph of my speech. I'm almost done, and it's almost time to party. But before we wrap things up and get to closing ceremonies, I want to do just one more thing. For those of you who don't know me that well, I sometimes have a hard time focusing on my task at hand. Where was I? Oh yeah, how could someone like Zach, who struggles to stay focused, do something so challenging as prepare to become a bar mitzvah? Torah study, prayers, speeches? None of this came easy to me. As I previously stated, I was lucky to have the best team in the world here at TBS. but I also have the best team at home. My mom and dad are so special to me. I often do my best to push their patience to the limit, but they always support me and let me know how much they love me, no matter what. Mom, Dad, thank you for everything. I love you so much. Unfortunately, there will be those in the world who won't follow the rules or are out to hurt others. But what gives me hope is knowing that there are so many in my life and throughout the world who will stand up and speak to take care for others. I hope we never feel as if there is no hope in life. Just look around and see the kindness in this room today. And know that together we can make the world a better place. Shabbat Shalom.
So, Zachary, I'm going to go this way for just a sec. Here, scooch over this way a little bit. I'm going to open this up because, today you celebrate gifts. I know. You celebrate becoming a bar mitzvah, not just with your friends and family who have been on this wonderful journey with you throughout your entire life, but also with your Temple Beth Sholom community. And we are very, very happy and proud to be, Jack? Okay. Yeah, so we're very proud of you. And so I'm going to invite forward, Jack, will you come and join me on behalf of your class? And along with representing our brotherhood, Mark Borove, and representing our sisterhood, Brenda Beck, to come and to make a couple of presentations to you. On behalf of our board of directors, by the way, you've been using this wonderful prayer book so beautifully today. And so, here you go, Jack. You're going to come right here. You're not going to do this. We'll do this together. All right. So, you've been using this great prayer book. And also, there's some certificates for you. Certificate of becoming a bar mitzvah. It is not a driver's license. I'm really sorry. But it is a license to drive Torah. There you go. And also, there is a certificate from NIFTY, the National Federation of Temple Youth, so that you can go to Israel when you were in high school to visit your final gift, which is a tree that has been planted in your honor in Israel. And you have to go find it, and then you have to water it. And just remember that your watering day happens to be Thursday. Yeah, because come on, trying to change it on me. Yeah. But also, along with NIFTY, Jack is here representing all of your friends here to present you with. Here you go.
So, you've come a long way, my friend. I am just so happy that you have done, first off, an outstanding part in your bar mitzvah and just being yourself. And on behalf of the TBS youth group, I'd like to give you this Haftarah candle.
Zachary, on behalf of Temple Beth Shalom Sisterhood, I would like to say Mazel Tov to you on becoming a bar mitzvah today. I'd also like to say Mazel Tov to your family, your parents, and all of your friends on this very special occasion. I have a gift for you from Sisterhood, and it is a Kiddush cup. I hope that in the future, when you use that Kiddush cup, you will think back on this very special day and remember the wonderful feelings and the wonderful celebration you've had on becoming a bar mitzvah. Mazel tov.
Wow, that's all I can say. That speech was the best speech I've ever heard from a bar mitzvah in the 15 years of representing the board. I knew you were going to do a good job. Reason? You were relaxed. You were funny. I also talked to your friends beforehand, and they said you were smart, funny, and fast. But you you carried that Torah so slow. I was going, come on, show that speed, but it didn't happen.
but I was never impressed with the speech. For representing brotherhood, we have a tzedakah box. This is, if you don't know what it is, it's the Jewish piggy bank. What it's good for is to give to charities. And I think I know the one that you're going to be giving to. And during your big celebration, pass it around. Start with the grandparents, because they usually have a little more money. So, but on that behalf, Mazel tov, he did a fantastic, fantastic job. But I was supposed to hear your presentation speech first to get some ideas.
Sorry, it's coming up.
Well, I get a second chance? Wow. Congratulations. Job well done. First Jewish president.
The greatest gift of all is the gift of your parents. And so it is our honor to call forward now your parents to offer you their blessings.
Great job, Zach. All right. I promised myself that I would try to keep this speech short. I have a lot that I want to tell you guys about Zach, but I know that many of you are hungry and some of you are getting thirsty. So I set a goal. I said I'm going to keep this speech just under 20 minutes was my hope. So, and then I thought, Zach's 13 now, so I did a little quick math, 20 divided by 13, so about a minute and a half per year, and I could tell you about him. So when Zach was 1, no, I'm just kidding, I'm not going to go through every year of his life, but Zach, I do want to tell you how proud you've made me. 33 years ago, this very week, I had my bar mitzvah at Sherry Tefillah congregation in New York, and I had the same Torah portion that you did today. So it really fills me with pride to see you up here today. You did a great job, but I knew that you would. We just had to convince you to sit down and focus for a minute or two. And Rabbi Cantor, you guys did a great job helping him through this, and it's just been wonderful. Now you.
Yeah.
You're so adventurous and just full of life. We love that about you. When we sat down to look through pictures of you in honor of this occasion, we found the pictures fell into basically one or two categories. One was you doing something really adventurous and crazy and wild, and the other category was you passed out asleep from having done activity number 1 until you just gave it all and just passed out. I also love that despite the fact that you're beginning your journey toward adulthood today, you're still a fun and energetic little boy, and you're still my little buddy. Now, I know this is not really standard practice for our religion, but I have a little confession to make here to Zach. So most nights, Zach, you say, hey, Dad, it's time for bed. Can you tuck me in? And then we can have a little time together to, catch up on the day's events and talk. And usually I tell you, I'm really tired. I have a lot of work to do. I'm watching a TV show. Can you leave me alone? Can we just put it off until tomorrow? Maybe I'll come tuck you in. And you get very insistent and you tell me, no, come on. You have to come tuck me in. And I put up a little more of a fight, and then eventually I give in and I come tuck you in. It's all an act. It's all just an act. I love that you still let me tuck you in, and we have that little time for you and I to chat and have our little hug game, and I hope we keep it up for a very long time. So I guess I can't protest every night anymore because now you know my secret. So, Zachy, while you're growing up, don't forget to keep your loving, adventurous spirit, and don't forget to stay my little buddy even once you get much bigger. Looking forward to celebrating many more milestones in your life together. Yasher Koah.
Well, in the interest of not getting overwhelmed with emotions, I'm going to keep this speech short. Shorter than Dave's speech. Zach, first of all, Yasher Koah. Oh, my glasses. You did a great job today, and I'm very, very proud of you. As I sat down to try to write this speech, I decided to outline your most notable qualities and attributes. Here are some of my notes. Wild and crazy, won't sit still, always bouncing off the wall, drives me crazy. But even as I was writing these things down, I kept smiling. I kept smiling because I would remember at a time when you spontaneously come over and gives me hugs and kisses. Or at times when you told me a funny joke or did a funny impression to make me laugh. Zachy, while it was true that you only have 2 speeds, full throttle or off, you are also one of the most loving, caring, compassionate young men that I know. You always considerate of your friends and always concerned of others. One of my favorite examples of what a great outlook you have on things was when you were younger. You used to talk to me about being adopted, and you would tell me that you knew that you came from another lady's tummy, but that you came from my heart. And then you would give me hugs and kisses. You definitely did come from my heart. As you grow older, I hope that you will drive me a little bit less crazy. But I also hope that you will keep your adventurous spirits and great attitude and still give me hugs and kisses. As your dad said, I'm really looking forward to watching you grow and thrive and celebrating more milestone occasions with you. I love you.
Mazel tov. I'm actually going to have the 2 of you stay up here as well. You can leave your speeches right up here. Because now it is our honor to invite the 2 of you to join Cantor Reinwald and myself and Zach at the Ark as we get to bestow upon you the blessings of our people. If everyone will please rise. Nope, this way. Yeah, we get you. Hands. Mazel tov. You're welcome. Thanks, Braden. We are so proud of you, of all that you've accomplished, of all that you have done, but most importantly, of all that you are yet to do. Zachary, yeah, we see greatness in you. We see greatness in all of your classmates. We see greatness in the future of the Jewish people who are here in this room because of leaders like you. This was a challenging Torah portion. While there was a lot of material in it, that material was so hard and difficult and challenging and asking, what do I do with it? I am proud of you. I am proud that you chose to take on the issues of asking, why do good people have to suffer when others do wrong? You took on that issue of the shooter in Las Vegas, and I know that your heart broke when that happened. We talked about that. You are a sensitive young man, and you see the pains in our world, but I also see hope within your eyes and your face. Hope to create a difference in our world. There is so much goodness out there. Continue to see that. But also don't veil or blind yourself to the wrongs that are out there as well, because we have to repair it. We have to make this world a good place for you and someday for future generations. So thank you. Thank you for being our hope. Thank you for being our blessing. Thank you for being our future. So now we get to take these words that we find in Torah, blessings that have been bestowed upon generations before, upon your dad when he stood before the ark years ago on this Shabbat of Vayera. How cool that we get to bestow these blessings upon you now.
Yivarechecha Adonai וישמרך.
May God bless you and watch over you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you. And may God be truly gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
Zachariah, may you always feel God's presence around you. God giving you a life that is filled with goodness, a life that is filled with good health, a life that is filled with shalom, with peace. Kain yehi ratzon, may it be God's will. Amen.
Amen.
We remain standing as we turn once again in our prayer books. Stay right here with us. Aleinu l'shabeach. Turn back this way. There we go. Aleinu l'shabeach, page 586, in the middle of the page.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing now as our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us. Come join me down here. We remember those whose yahrzeits we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week. We remember Myron Alpert, Louis Angel, Clara Balmages, Monty Bartley, Ann Bielsker, Rabbi Morton Fearman, Aline Bunny Fink, Samuel Fish, Isidore Fliegler, Grace Frisch, Hilda Gorell, Saul Gorell, Henry Garfield, David Goldstein, Joseph Goodman, Shirley Gutenplan, Ada Handelsman, Penny Horowitz, Agnes Z. Kaplan, Stanley Kitchener, Karen Latham, Ida Mailman, Barry Howard Martin, Donald Masters, Saul Nortel, George Papermaster, Louis Pearson, Sally Pitlock, Mathilda Post, Bella Rosenberg, Jean Rothman, Ricky Rousseau, Bernard Rubin, Jack Sperling, Sarah Tubine, and Leonard Wolfe. If there is anyone here who is in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, or is observing a yahrzeit of a loved one whose name I have not called, as I turn and face in your direction, I invite you to please share their names with us. For all of them and for all those who have given their lives al Kiddush Hashem for the sanctification of God's holy name, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we turn now to page 598, Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, B'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei t'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam L'omei Omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal Shemei Nekudesha B'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiram bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, Amen. Jacob, why don't you come on up as well? In a moment, we're going to conclude with our closing song. And then right after that, we invite everyone into the living room directly to your left, where we invite you to take a little cup of grape juice. Don't drink from it yet, though. We're going to gather together for motzi and also kiddush and shehechiyanu, giving thanks for this wonderful moment and sharing that with Zachary and with the family. So that will be right after our closing song. We invite you now, put your arms around somebody next to you. If you don't know who they are, say hello. Hi, how's it going? Awesome, and let's join together.
Oh, say shalom,
bimromav, huya ase shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen.
oh, say shalom, bimromav, huya ase shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom, bimromav,
Huya ase shalom,
aleinu,
ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen.
Oh, say shalom, bimromav, huya say shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.